everyone, it is Wednesday morning and I had my doctor's appointment yesterday at the cardiologist. So far he is suspicious of SVT, which makes sense because my mom has it. I'm still dealing with possible symptoms of POTS though, so I don't want that to be taken off the table because I still have like basically a chronic feeling of dizziness every time I stand up. So I don't know if that's also SVT. I don't think it is because SVT is just tachycardia. But the dizziness is like almost chronic. But anyway, so what he decided was that I am going to get scheduled for a echo on my heart to see how it pumps and how everything's doing there. So next Friday I will be getting an echo, and I asked them if this would be in the way of the echo, and we'll get to this in a second, but they said no. So this is a Zeo heart monitor patch, and it just sticks on my chest and it tracks my heart rate, and then when I start to have symptoms, then I tap it, like when I start to feel really weird. So far I've been tapping it every time like I feel dizzy or something like that, but I'm running out of space in my little logbook here. So I think what I'm gonna do is when I feel dizziness or something, I'll do it on this one. And then when I have like an actual, what I like to call episode, I'll put it on this one where like my heart feels like it's racing and stuff like that. Because dizziness is a symptom on here that they have you be able to check. And I mean, it is on here, so I want to be able to utilize it the best that I can. And I want to be able to log it as often as possible to let them know that it's like I am conscious of what's happening, because I am miserable. I've had to like put my life on hold and figure out what's going on. And yeah, just put a bunch of money into this whole situation that I never asked for. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm starting to get an allergic reaction to it around the outsides. I'm starting to get hives, and I'm just like, you know what? If it means that I get some answers, if it means that I get some data, I will just have to suffer through the hives. But again, SVT doesn't explain everything that I have. It's the same thing when I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia. It doesn't explain my chronic inflammation. It doesn't explain my chronic dislocations. It doesn't explain any of that. It doesn't explain my GI symptoms. It doesn't explain any of it. My weird allergies. Like, HEDS explains those things. Fibromyalgia doesn't. It just explains my pain. So a little tidbit of information is I was way more stressed and flustered than I expected to be yesterday in the appointment, and it caused some problems as far as the fact that I didn't feel like I was properly like expressing my concerns and properly expressing what's been happening. So I'm hoping that in my follow-up appointment in about a month with my doctor that I'll be able to verbalize those things a little bit better now that I'm a little bit more familiar with him and know kind of more what to expect. But I'm super grateful that he decided to put this on because I do have an arrhythmia. I'm like 98% certain because I feel irregular heartbeats almost all the time. And it causes issues with breathing and stuff like that, where it feels like it's just like my throat becomes tight. It doesn't even feel like it gets caught. Like sometimes it does, and I know that that's probably anxiety. But other times it's like I can't sit up straight enough, and I can't like open my throat enough to like breathe in. So he was quick to just justify that that was anxiety, but I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, which I know probably makes me more prone to it, but that means that I'm not stupid about it. Like, I know what it feels like. I know what a panic attack feels like. I know what it looks like. I know what it is. And I know how to manage it to calm myself down to get me back down. Those tactics don't work because it's not my anxiety causing it. It's just my body freaking out because my heart's freaking out, I swear. But I can't talk like that to my doctor because otherwise he'll think I'm freaking crazy. So it's a win-lose. Also, I am wearing scrubs today because me and my friend are gonna go and volunteer at the animal shelter today. So I'm super excited about that. And these are super cute. They got like little cats on them and little paw prints. I thought it was super appropriate for the animal shelter. It was like a recent thing too, like February is when I started to develop an allergy to adhesives. That's where I'm at right now. I'm kind of a mess. I'm kind of frustrated and relieved at the same time. To add on to that, I just called to set my appointment with the ultrasound people at the cardiology study place. And apparently out of pocket is, let's see, what did I write down for that? So to get an echo, out of pocket cash price is $1,373 US. Yeah, you heard me right. But if you pay that day and you pay in full, they give you 25% off, which means that you only have to pay $1,029.75. Isn't that great? Probably gonna have to run it through insurance and see if they're going to cover anything, because if we put that on our insurance, we'll probably reach our deductible in a couple months if all of my tests are going to be that expensive. Because the answer is not to not do it. And then on top of that, there's also a reading fee, which my doctor's office will charge me for reading the results of my echo. And they don't give me a price for that because that's not their job. That's my doctor's office job. So I have to call them and get a price for that. And if we run it through insurance, I doubt that they'll give me a price. And they'll just say, well, that's whatever your insurance will agree to pay. And then you get left to pay the rest because we expect you to literally sell your organs to pay us. So, and I don't know exactly how much this is either and how much that's going to run us. But I have a feeling that's going to be expensive. I have a feeling that we're going to financially struggle through this part. But I need some answers. My life is completely on hold until I can figure out why I'm constantly dizzy. Sunday night, I almost fainted after getting out of bed. After like laying there for like 30 minutes, I got up and I was going to have Michael put my shoulder back in, or at least try, because it was really out. Like, it was visibly super messed up. And so I got out of bed for him to like kind of push it back in place like my physical therapist has showed us to. And like I started to get like the sweats, you know, and like the super hot body, and my body started to like almost like vibrate, and my eyes started to just like go cross-eyed and like glaze over. Like that, I've almost fainted probably a handful of times in the past few weeks. I've never actually fainted. That was the closest I've ever come to fainting. Ever. There was once, too, when I was like 17, and I thought that that was just because of dehydration, because I was standing in line at Lagoon. But it's like, it might not have been dehydration, because it felt very similar. My legs felt like they were just going to completely give out from underneath me, and I was just going to fall to my death, you know? There's that. I feel like I'm finding some answers, but definitely not for $2,000. You know, like, I'm not feeling validated enough to have spent $2,000 to get half of an answer. That I might have SVT. You know, I might have SVT, but that doesn't answer why I feel dizzy all the time. That doesn't answer anything else. So, yeah, I'm kind of in this weird space right now. Thought I'd share it with you. Hope that I can build myself up by going to the animal shelter and helping out today, socializing the animals and getting to know them. This isn't how I wanted this video to go, but I feel like I'm getting some answers. It's nice to feel like, you know, kind of like a bionic woman and have this on my chest that it can catch whatever's happening in my body that I'm trying to explain. But it doesn't talk about posture positions. It doesn't talk about when I'm dizzy. It doesn't capture my blood pressure, and he didn't even look at any of that. I went in with a bunch of different data, a bunch of different resources. I had my blood pressure, cuff data, all of that on the app. He didn't even look at it because he already made the conclusion that I had SVT, and he just needed proof from this and from an echo. But that's not enough. That's not the only thing that's wrong. And I know it. I know that it's not the only thing wrong. I don't want something to be wrong with me. But I also don't want to not be able to live my life because nothing's wrong with me. That doesn't make any sense. So I'm just hoping for the best, but I'm looking at a lot of money right now. And it's really hard to see the price tag and feel the way that I do and say, is it really worth the money that I'm spending to get a fraction of an answer that will cost even more to get told to me? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm sorry that this isn't more of an uplifting video, but here on Ray of Sunshine, we keep it real. And right now, life is really real right now. So yeah, I appreciate you joining me today. I will continue to keep you updated on what's going on. And hopefully the next video will be a little bit more uplifting and a little bit more positive. Anyway, there's been a lot of tears, a lot of fear, and a lot of frustration in the past 3 days. Definitely more than normal. But I appreciate you coming along on this journey with me. And like I said, I will keep you guys updated. I will keep you guys informed on what's going on for the sake of you knowing and the sake of me being able to have somebody to talk to. So thank you for being that for me. And I hope you guys have a great day. And to leave this on a positive note, pain is inevitable, but misery is always optional. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.